Hi everyone. I got some leftover oysters from my Easter dinner this year. Of course, I love my organic gardening, and so I definitely did not throw the shells out. I'm gonna be adding them to. Well, this is half of the shells that I had purchased 15 oysters. Um, it was part of my dinner, not my whole dinner, but I love my oysters, so I had to have some. And this is half the shells, so so these guys I'll be adding to my compost. I'm gonna be smashing them up in just a second, and the other half I will be adding directly as also grinded or smashed up shells directly to my vegetable garden beds in late spring, they advise. I'm not exactly sure why, but I guess I'll have to wait a bit longer for that, since we actually had a bit of snowfall today, and I'm grateful it didn't last long. Okay, here we go with some smashing. I'm not exactly sure. I've never smashed oyster shells before to add to my compost, but I'm sure it won't take that much effort. Seem pretty fragile. The only scrap t-shirt. This was one of my favorite colors. It was such a nice color. I wore it for so long, this t-shirt. So sad. It's so sad beating it up even more than it finally got beat up. It was actually a Chicago Bulls t-shirt. I'm in Ontario, Raptors fan now, but back in the day, my mom was visiting Chicago and picked it up for me. See, it's already, yeah, it's not gonna work. All right, try number 2. Actually, not as fragile as I thought. Wonder if it's a good idea. It's better to do it on the grass. Let's give that a try. No difference really. How about the other side of the hammer? Wow, pretty strong stuff. Jeez. Now it's breaking my plastic. All right, back on the pavement. Interlock, not pavement. This is gonna take forever, guys. I'm gonna pause the video, but it's important that you smash it all down very fine, otherwise it'll be slicing open your worms in your garden, which are one of the most important parts, one of the most important components to healthy soil. A lot of people don't talk about that. All right, everyone, so that's after another 5 minutes of hammering. It is a lot harder to hammer than I thought, so I'm going to be going to get the other half to hammer now, and to make sure, like, to put it in the compost now as well. Put all of it in the compost to let it disintegrate, let it biodegrade for at least a few weeks with my compost before I put it in the garden, because I'm not going to be going crazy hammering this smaller than it is, and yeah, it takes longer than I thought. So I'm just going to compost it all. Hopefully it'll help eat some of the edges. I'm not even sure, but I'm going to try. Hopefully the little microbes will eat. Looks a lot like sand on some beaches. They're largely oyster shell or different shells, clams and stuff. But yeah, I want to let you know also, I forgot to disclose that I did boil. I actually almost boiled them. I didn't want to fully boil because I didn't want to kill too much of the healthy like bacteria and stuff on there. I did a better job at rinsing all the salt off because the salt could be harmful for your garden. I was reading on that. So I did wash them a lot. Actually put them in the oven for a bit too to dry them out, which probably, well, to help dry them out. I don't know if it really made much of a difference, but I figured it would help to make them more brittle. So it might actually, as far as I know, even be harder if for you, if you're not going to be baking them in the oven as I did for about 200 degrees for, I don't know, 40 minutes. Alright, I got the rest of the shells. Also got an egg shell in there. We forget to save a lot of our organic eggs and banana peels, which are really good for the garden. But sometimes we remember. If you have like blocks, like cinder blocks that you could put on your interlock or pavement, um, when you smash, I think rock would be the best, or like steel if possible. I have an aluminum garbage can lid, but I don't. That would make so much racket. So I would suggest doing that. I'm not going to be going. It's about 6 degrees today here in Ontario where I am. Again, I'm zone 5 Canadian index. So it's pretty cold. It's I think April 18 or 19 today. Um, and so I'm not going to be going that distance, but I would definitely suggest that. And then you just sweep up at the end. Also, make sure you're wearing eye protection. See, I got a lot of like pieces that are flying out that I might end up having to sweep after anyway. Okay, guys, I did it. Way easier to smash on rock. So I would definitely suggest that over breaking one of your drawers. But I was more than happy to be the experimenter for you. All right, I'm going to sweep it up and we'll put it on the compost. We got some dark clouds coming in. Yikes. But that's a good thing. Hopefully rain for the garden, and better yet, thunder for some good, um, what is it? Nitrogen. Here we go. Welcome to the compost pile. Your new friends. Oyster shells. Sorry, oysters. Let's get that out of there. Any seeds? Alright. There we are. So here's my compost pile. You can see I used some small skids to do the sides. It's pretty small right now. That was my last batch that I did actually in the fall. So really, it's ready to. Not really. You gotta turn it a couple more times. It hasn't been really hot, so yeah, gonna keep it for a couple more weeks at least with the oyster shells. Let me know in the comments, please, if you know why they advise to not add oyster shells to the garden in early spring. I'd really appreciate that information. I use the plastic to retain a bit of moisture. It's more beneficial in the summer, and it kind of creates a little greenhouse effect to help with the temperature in there. But you have to be careful if you're doing that to keep a good moisture content. So yeah, it retains moisture, but if there's no moisture getting in, it has really no moisture to retain. So that's why I hope that, because it's a small tarp, it doesn't cover the whole thing. Some of the rainwater will still kind of go around the side and even seep a little onto the under the tarp area there. and even percolate a little bit up. I have no idea, but it seems to help a bit. It's southern exposure, southern southern exposure, just like my bay windows. So that's east and goes down in the west. So it's pretty all day here. I'm actually gonna leave the tarp off since it's looks like it's gonna be raining soon, and I want that nice rainwater to um, soak all of my compost. So I hope you liked the video. Please let me know what you think about oyster shells, if you can answer my question. And I am going to be posting another video soon about my garden plan for this summer, and what I've done so far, what I plan on doing. And so be sure to check that out, and be sure to also check out my other videos. I do a bunch of different types of videos. I'm really just experimenting with YouTube right now, my channel, to see what people are into. So thanks again for watching. See you soon.